Hello again. So this is electron configuration level 2. We're doing it just the same way that we did level 1. And let me just remind you of what it looked like. This was electron level 1. We're still doing the orbital diagram. They're just giving us a different way of looking at the periodic table. I'm still trying to teach it to you as if you're reading it left to right. And the reason we're doing it that way is so that we can actually keep the orbitals, the sublevels, and the by increasing energy level. So if you read it left to right, it should actually help you answer those questions on putting it in the correct format by increasing energy level. Just read it left to right and you'll be good. All right, so before we begin, again, I have my handout right here in front of me. I color coordinated my periodic table to go with the little example that I have for you at the end of your notes. So again, reminding you that the S's are your first two columns, hydrogen and alkaline metal, alkaline earth metals, plus your helium on the side are your S's. Transition metals are in the middle, which are your D's. From the boron family all the way to the noble gas family are your P's, and your F's right here are your intertransition metals. And this is what I mean that I color coordinated mine to go along with it, just so that I can see the transition. Okay? I also have my handy dandy little bean. Okay, so let's begin. In this one, we're going to start off with krypton. Oh, not krypton. What is it? Potassium. There you go. So be careful on your symbols. If you haven't gotten that straight, make sure you get those straightened out before we leave this section. Okay, so potassium is K. On our periodic table, potassium is right here. So I'm going to put my little helper here, my little bean. And as we've done before, we always have to start at the beginning. So we're going to start on our first energy level, which is our 1. Again, this is my yellow, meaning that it's my S's, my sublevel S. I have to cross over hydrogen and helium in order to go to my next energy level. So I'm going to say 1S, and I crossed over, reading it left to right, crossing all over to helium, so that gives me 1s2. Now I can go to my second energy level. I have to cross through lithium and beryllium, which are my S's, before I move on to the next. So that's going to give me 2s2. And then I read it all the way across. I am now on my second energy level, but I'm in my P section. I have to cross over boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon, and that will give me 2p6. Now that I finished that energy level, now I can go on to my third energy level. I have to cross over sodium and magnesium, and that gives me 3s2. Again, this number at the beginning is just your energy level or your period number, okay? Reading across, going towards my third energy level, but now my P section. I have to cross over aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and argon, so that gives me 3p6. Okay? Now that I've finished my third energy level, now I can go over here to my 4. And that's going to be my first one on my 4 S's. So that's going to give me 4s1. Okay? Right here by the bean. So how do we write it down? We're going to write it down as, get this out of the way, 1s2, 2s2, put it in order. 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, and 4s1. Okay, so let me move that out of the way. I'm going to start writing it out. Potassium, first one that we actually had to finish was my 1s2. And just to remind you, the s sublevels have only one orbital, so I'm going to draw my one orbital here. There are 2 electrons, so I'm going to draw up, down. My next one is 2s2. Again, s sublevel, so that means I have one orbital. Up, down, because of my 2. All right, next one would be my 2p6. My p's is actually telling me that I have, this sublevel, I have 3 orbitals for my p's. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. 2p6. So I'm going to say up, 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 down, down, down. My next one is going to be my 3s2. Again, s sublevels only have one orbital, so 3s2. I have 2 electrons, so up, down. The next is going to be my 3p6. Again, my p sublevel has 3 energy levels, so it's 1, 2, 3. 3p6, up, 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 down, down, down. Okay, and then we only have one last one, which is my 4s1. Again, my s sublevel has only one orbital. Put my 4s1 there. And I have 1 electron, so it's just going to be up. All right, so again, how can I double check? I'm going to look for potassium again on my periodic table. I have atomic number 19, so in this neutral atom, I have 19 protons because atomic number equals your number of protons. And in a neutral atom, protons and electrons are equal. So 19 protons, so that means I have 19 electrons. So let's add this. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 1 more is 19. So this is the correct electron configuration for it. Okay? Okay, so let's go on to V. What is V? V is vanadium. Vanadium's right here located on our periodic table. Okay, so let me get my handy dandy little bean right here. So my bean marker, I'm going to want to get to that, starting with hydrogen, energy level 1. I have to go through hydrogen, swing across or read across through my helium. Since they're both in the S's, it's going to be 1s, 2. Again, that first number right here is the energy level, which is your period number. So I crossed over to hydrogen and helium, so that gives me 1s2. Okay, now that I finished my first energy level, now I can go to my second. This is my s sublevel. My second period, second energy level, s sublevel, I have to go through lithium and beryllium, so that gives me 2s2. Reading across, I'm still on my second energy level. Now I'm going to go across to my P's. I have to go through all these. Remember, I have to get over here to vanadium. So I have to go through boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. So that gives me 2p6. Now I can go to my third energy level, S sublevel. So 3s, and that's sodium and magnesium. So that's 3s2. Read straight across. To my third energy level, but my P sublevel, I have to go through aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and argon. So that gives me 3p6. Once I finish the third energy level, now I can go down to my fourth. My fourth energy level, S sublevel, which is potassium and calcium, so I have to cross over two of them, so that gives me 4s2. Put that right here. And now this is where it gets a little different. According to your paper here, you're going to go from 4s to 3d. Why is that? Well, again, like I told you, we're reading this left to right, so that means we're increasing our energy level. 3D has a little bit more energy than the 4S's, but less than the 4P's. So after the third energy level, our orbitals start overlapping. And like I said, transition metals remind me of transformers. They can transform it any way they want. They have a separate set of rules. So you just have to make sure that you read it correctly. Once you get to the transition metals down here in the middle, it's going to go from 4s2 to 3d, and that's going to be 1, 2, and 3 for vanadium. So 3d3 is where I'm going to stop. Okay? So the way that we're going to be reading it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, and then 3d3. Get this out of the way, and we can start writing it. So 1s2, again, your s sublevels only have one orbital. I have 2 electrons, so up, down. Next one, 2s2, s sublevel has only one orbital, so draw that one orbital. 2s2, 2 electrons, so up, down. Next one is going to be my 2p6. P sublevels have 3 orbitals, so 1, 2, 3, 2p6, up, 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 down, down, down. Next one, 3s2, s sublevel has only one orbital. 3s2, 2 electrons, up, down. 3p6 is my next one. P sublevel has 3 orbitals. 1, 2, 3. 6 electrons, so up, 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 down, down, down. Okay, your next energy, your next one is going to be your 4s2. Again, s sublevel has 1 orbital. 4s2 have 2 electrons, so up, down. And here's where we get to our Ds. Our Ds have 5 orbitals. So if you don't remember, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You can only have a maximum of 2 electrons paired up. That's why it's called paired. So that means if I have 10 going across my Ds, divided by 2 equals 5. So I'm going to draw 5 orbitals 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Write out my 3D3. Up, up, up. Now, we did not pair them up for one reason. Why? Because, again, electrons like to be by themselves. There's no force as long as they're by themselves. Okay, no force or repulsion, in other words. Now, unless they have to be bonded together or paired up together, they rather be by themselves. Less amount of force against them. Okay, so put one in each room or one in each orbital. Heinz rule, unless they have to be paired up. Okay, all right, next one, cobalt. Cobalt is right here on our periodic table. Okay, so again, starting from the beginning, first energy level, I have to go through hydrogen and helium, so reading from left to right. That will give me 1s2. Okay, now I can go to my second energy level. I have to cross over lithium and beryllium. That gives me 2s2. Reading it straight across. I'm still in my second energy level, but now on my P's, I have to go through beryllium, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon to get to cobalt. So that would give me 2p6. Once I finish that sentence or that energy level, now I can go to my third. I have to go through sodium and magnesium, so that gives me 3s2. Reading it left to right, again, I pass my 3s2s. I'm at my 3p's. I have to cross over aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and argon, so that gives me 3p6. Now that I'm finished there, now I can go to my fourth energy level, S sublevel, potassium and calcium, so that gives me 4s2. And now my 3D, so it's going to be 3D 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that gives me 3D7. Okay, right here is 3D7. So how do we read it again? It's going to be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, and 3d7. Let me get this out of the way. We'll start writing it out. So the first one was 1s2. S sublevels have one orbital, so 1s2. Up, down. Next one is my 2s2. S sublevel has one orbital. 2s2, 2 electrons. Up, down. Next one is my 2p6. The p sublevels have 3 orbits. 1, 2, 3. 2p6. I have 6 electrons, so up, 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 down, down, down. 3s2. S sublevels have one orbital, so 3s2. 2 electrons, up, down. Three p6. P sublevels have 3 orbits, so 1, 2, 3. 3p6. 6 electrons, so up, 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 down, down, down. Next one is my 4s2. Again, s sublevels have only one orbital, so 4s2, 2 electrons, up, down. And last but not least, my 3d7. D sublevels have 5 orbits. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 3d7. I have 7 electrons, so up, 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 that's 5. Down and down, that's 7. Cobalt, let's double check this is correct. Cobalt is number 27 on the periodic table. Atomic number 27 gives me the number of protons, 27 protons. And in a neutral atom, which is what we're dealing with, protons and electrons are the same. So 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20, and plus 7 is 27. So we're good. All right. Last one we're going to do is ZR. ZR is zirconium right here. So I'm going to put our little bean right there as a marker. Start from the beginning, 1s. Again, first 2 columns are your s's. I have to cross over hydrogen and then reading from left to right to helium. So that's going to give me 1s2. Now that I'm finished there, I can go on to the second energy level, cross over lithium and beryllium. So that gives me 2s2. Reading straight across. Now I'm at still on my second energy level, but my P section, I have to go through boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon to finish this one off. So that will give me 2p6. Now that I'm finished there, I can go to my third energy level, S sub level. I have to cross over sodium and magnesium to get down here. So that is going to give me 3s2. Reading straight across, I'm still on my third energy level, but now I've arrived to my P's. So 3p, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3p6. Finish there. I can go to my fourth, 4, and this is my S's, so I have to go through potassium and calcium. So that's 4s2. Reading straight across, this is my D's. I have to cross over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cross over 10 of them, so that gives me 3D10. Okay. Now remember, once you get to your transition metals, it goes down by 1. I'm still on my fourth energy level. Now I'm on my P's, so 4p, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 4p6. Finish there. I can go to my fifth energy level, S sub level, so 1, 2, so that's 5s2. And now I'm at my 4D section, so that's going to be 4D1, 4D2. Yep, this one's long, but it's still as easy as the other ones. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6, 5s2, and 4d2. So let's write this one out. So let's make this one a little bit smaller so that we can make sure we fit all this in there. Okay, first one we're at 1s2. S's have one energy level, so 1s2, up, down. Next one would be my 2s2, one energy level, one orbital. Second energy level, S sublevel, and one orbital with 2 electrons, so 1, 2. 2p6, second energy level, P sublevel, meaning I have 3 orbitals, 1, 2, 3, 2p, and that 6 tells me I have 6 electrons, so up, 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 down, down, down. Next one is my 3s2, third energy level, S sublevel, 1 orbital with 2 electrons. 3s2, up, down. 3p6, third energy level, P sublevel, 3 orbits, 1, 2, 3. 3p6, meaning I have 6 electrons. Up, 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 down, down, down. Next one is my 4s2, fourth energy level, S sublevel, meaning I have 1 orbit, so 4s2, 2 electrons, so up, down. Next is my 3d10. D's have 5 orbitals, so third energy level, D is going to be my sublevel with 5 orbits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3d10. So up, 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 that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Got everything. Next one is my 4p6. P's have 3 sublevels. 1, 2, 3, 4p6, up, 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 down, down, down. 5s2. S's have 1, 5s2. I have up, down. And then last but not least, my 4d2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4d2. Again, your D sublevels have 5 orbitals. That's where I drew out 5. I only have 2 electrons though, so up and up. All right, so that's the end of this one. Thank you for joining me for this second unit. Until next time, thank you.